How can one computer run multiple operating systems at the same time without crashing? That's exactly what virtualization does, and today I'm going to break it down in the simplest way possible. Hi guys, welcome back to Esthytech channel. If you're getting into the cloud, DevOps or Kubernetes, then virtualization is something you must understand. Today we are going to break down virtualization in a very simple and practical way. If you have ever wondered how multiple systems run on one machine, this is exactly what we are going to understand today. In this lesson, I will walk you through what virtualization means, the tools behind it, and how to choose the right setup depending on your use case. So what exactly is virtualization? Virtualization is a technology that allows you to create multiple virtual systems on a single physical machine. Think of virtualization like splitting one powerful computer into multiple smaller computers, each one running its own operating system independently. How virtual machine works. One physical machine hosts multiple virtual machines or VM. Each VM has its own operating system, applications, resources. The VM operates independently from each other. But even though everything is running on the same hardware, each virtual machine behaves like it owns the system completely. That's the power of virtualization. What makes virtualization possible? That is the question. Here comes the software that makes virtualization possible. Hypervisor. So what exactly is hypervisor? Just like we said, a hypervisor, it is a software that makes virtualization possible. It manages and creates virtual machine on a physical system. Without a hypervisor, virtualization cannot happen. It cannot happen. It is the brain behind everything. It controls how the VMs are created and how the VMs run. There are some types of virtualization that is out there, and we are going to look at these different hypervisor that is out there so we can understand better. There are two main types of hypervisor. The type 1, which is the bare metal, the type 2, which is hosted. And understanding the difference is very important, especially if you are preparing for cloud and DevOps role. So with the type 1, which is the bare metal, this is installed directly on your physical hardware. There is no operating system in between, and they are highly performant and highly efficient. So with the type 1 hypervisor, like I said from the diagram, it runs on the hardware, which makes them more faster and more powerful. And this is what most enterprises use. You can see on the diagram, we have the hardware, which is designed with the reds, demarcated with the red. We have our hypervisor, which is demarcated with the green. Then we have our OS and our app that is being installed. So the difference is that it is installed directly on our hardware. So let's talk about the second type of hypervisor. On the diagram, we have type 2 hypervisor, which sit on top of your normal operating system, like your Windows or your Linux. This makes them perfect for learning and small projects. So there are some popular types of hypervisor tools that is out there, and we are just going around to name some of them. You want to go around and do more research for more hypervisor that is out there. We literally have some common hypervisor platforms that are out there for type 1 and type 2. For type 1, we have things like VMware, Microsoft Hyper-V, KVM, Promox. For the type 2, we have things like VirtualBox that all of us are using to be our virtual machine. We have VMware Workstation. People that play games usually use this. And we have Parallels. There's a lot of them out there, so you can do your research. For now, this is what we have. And there are so many, but the most commonly used in industry are the ones that I just mentioned. So as a DevOps engineer or a cloud engineer, you will definitely come across some of them, at least one of them. Like I said, virtual machine, we'll be using it. Again, choosing the right hypervisor is not random. It depends on your needs, your budget, and how large your environment is. So you want to look at the size, your budget, the license, performance requirement, and the number of virtual machines that you need, and some of the features that you need. So if you are learning or practicing, so you can go for type 2, but in the real world enterprise environment, type 1 is the standard. So there are some very important considerations that you need to take before you can choose a hypervisor. You want to think about things like the licenses, the CPU, the core server, the scalability need, your resources limits, and the trial version before you commit. Again, always test before committing. Most tools offer free trials, so you can experiment with them before choosing what works best for you. Actually, virtualization evolution leads to containers. So virtualization actually lays the foundation for modern technologies like Docker. In the next lesson, we will break down containers and how it works. So thank you all for watching. Follow me for more DevOps and cloud content. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow Esthytech for more practical DevOps and cloud tutorials. Thank you. Love you guys. Mwah.